I'm Danny, and this is the Scream Princess podcast. Hello there, everybody. I'm Danny, and you are watching or listening to the Scream Princess podcast. And I have got a super special guest today, actor Laurence R. Harvey. How are you?
I'm marvelous. Thank you very much. It's lovely to see you again, Danny.
Good, lovely to see you too. This is like our take two because I've just had a little bit of a mishap, but these things that happen, well, they happen. They happen. I've had one of those weeks this week. So, what have you been up to, Lawrence? I feel like it's been ages since I've seen you.
Uh, um, uh,
It's
but
been that long,
it has
and I
been
was,
ages. So it's like because there's like a lot of stuff we worked on that we're not there at the same time.
yes,
Like Michael Fausti's stuff, we tend to be like
yeah, both in
when
it,
you
but we're
when
like
you shot
ships in the night.
when you shot for Guess and I wasn't on set, and then
No.
I did a separate thing, and
Yeah, I've
that
actually got a list here of the things we've done together because we
yes.
first met,
But
I
also
think
remember, a lot of it hasn't come out yet, or is only on the festival circuit at the
this
moment.
is it. So yes, so I've got, and I could be wrong, but I've got that we've done 8 films together.
Okay.
Although I was counting for guessing as part of Video Shop because
Yes. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we've done Video Shop 1 and 2, we've done My Bloody Banjo, Eating Miss Campbell,
Yeah.
Burnt Flowers, which is on the festival circus, Mannequin and the House That Zombies Built. They're both not
In
finished, and The
post-production. Yeah.
Witches of the Sands. So actually, the only things
Again,
that are
again,
out,
not
yeah,
finished.
I know. So the only things out are My Bloody Banjo, Eating Miss Campbell, and Video Shop 1. Video Shop
Yes.
2 will be available in January.
Oh,
So
it's on the festival circuit at the moment.
it
I
is
think
on the
it's
festival
at
circuit.
the Butt Film Festival this weekend or something.
Yes, yes, which is very exciting. So we've done a lot. We, like you said, we're not always on set at the same time.
No.
So we kind of tend to be ships in the night, but we'll get through our projects in a little
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
So you started out a long time ago, and I realized I actually would have watched you on Parallel 9
Oh,
as
right. Yeah.
as the little green man.
Well, I actually I started getting like children's TV work on What's Up Doc, which was the ITV show
All right.
during the winter, when I think Live and Kicking was on BBC.
Hmm.
In the summer it was Parallel 9 on BBC. I can't remember what the ITV one was. But yeah, at one point they decided to change What's Up Doc halfway through, and then a lot of the like certainly the production, some of the production team had been poached by the makers of Parallel 9 to come in to do the third series. So they brought in like a couple, like one of the writers, Peter Cox, and myself,
Hmm.
uh, 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 to be on Parallel 9 as a little green man. So
That's super cool. Because
yeah.
I mean, I vaguely remember, but I thought Live and Kicking was, I didn't realize there was a summer and winter because I seem to remember Live and Kicking being like the Saturday morning thing that I would watch. But then I feel like after Live and Kicking came Parallel 9, but yeah, I didn't realize it was a summer winter thing.
It was a summer winter thing. But like Live and Kicking would have like something like 32 weeks or something like that. And then
Right.
Ballo 9 had like 24 or 26. I can't.
Ah. So did you get to work with, is it Mark Little who played Joe Mangle on Neighbours? Was he a presenter or was it the girl who played Melanie? Does she present Parallel
It was
9?
Melanie. Yeah.
Melanie, Lucinda
Melanie.
Cowden.
It's in the Cowden, yes.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
so she actually went back into Neighbours
She did,
recently.
yes.
She
Yeah.
did.
And for the reunion and anniversary
You
thing, they
didn't think
felt.
you'd get asked about Neighbours on a horror podcast, did you?
No, so I think the last time I haven't watched it since like the Bouncer's Dream episode,
Oh, that was a good episode.
but I wasn't a regular watcher.
Ah. So after that, what did you do? Have you done a lot of theatre? How did you kind of become an actor? What was your
Okay,
journey?
so I started out as a painter and then went to art college because I wanted to move from painting to film.
Hmm.
Then at college, in like the first week or two, there was a performance art workshop. Uh, because we had painting, printmaking, sculpture, and fourth area.
Hmm.
Fourth area was film, video, and sound and performance. And so there was a solo performance workshop, and I sort of did that. And I did a performance that made people cry, and I really, I enjoyed doing it. And then, like a week or so later, in the same area, same part of the course, there was a because at that time it was you were allowed to you were starting on 8 millimeter, and then if you got good at it you could progress to 16 millimeter. And I just found that I was completely incompetent using it because you had to kind of like load it in a bag.
Yeah, I did a bit of photography at college. I studied fashion, and I remember doing the AS level photography and having to put your hands in that bag and kind of sorting the reels.
Yeah, but the thing, well, yeah, with 35 millimeter like still cameras, you could at least you could just put the like cartridge in the in the
Yeah.
camera and just expose, the beginning of the leader
Mhm.
film. But yeah, with like 8 millimeter film, you had to do all sorts of shenanigans, and I
Yeah.
I, I was rubbish, but anyway, so I ended up doing performance art, and then during that time, whilst I was still at college, I was working for Stephen Taylor Woodrow, who did the living paintings, and he was sort of working with this guy called Peter Cox, who was a designer, and kind of sort of moving into writing.
Hmm.
And they started doing kids t like at that stage, there's a lot of people going from the performance art world into kids TV. Like Ragdoll had a lot of people like Gary Stevens on and so on. And yeah, so when Stephen and Pete were doing number 73, and then they got moved on to What's Up Doc, and then they sort of started roping me into What's Up Doc, where I worked alongside Frank Sidebottom, who I listened to on the radio as doing my A levels and stuff. And
Hmm.
then this weekend was the kind of what would have been his 70th birthday. There was that Frank Con in Manchester
Oh, wow.
and so on. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so that's how I got into doing TV. And then from the I mean, the Little Green Man on Parallel 9 kind of took off and was kind of got, where you're getting stopped in the street and stuff, kind
Hmm.
of like level of fame. And then from that, I got an agent and then was doing sort of commercials uh, and then also keep doing, I was also doing my own performance art stuff
Hmm.
at the time. Uh, and that sort of wasn't bringing in any money. But then I started getting so the commercials were bringing in the money, and then I was also doing theatre because I sort of knew somebody that was a producer at the Gates Theatre in Notting Hill, and so started doing stuff. And then Ken Campbell and The Warp, and that Daisy Campbell was directing, and yeah, so it's kind of I did a lot of theatre in London, and then around 2006 I just ran out of money. I've been in London for 14 years
Hmm.
and moved back up here. Uh yeah.
And
And
then
then
Human Centipede 2
then
came
Human
about,
Centipede 2
which was
happened
actually, so I don't know if I've told you
in
this.
2010. Yeah, so
2010. So I don't know if I've told you this story when I've seen you, but when after Human Centipede 2, I was doing a
yeah,
little bit of writing for Haunted magazine,
yeah.
and they asked me to do a little interview with the cast, and I had maybe one or two questions for each of the cast members, which they were going to run through the magazine like a centipede. And
Yeah.
I'd seen your performance, and to be
Yeah.
honest, you terrified me. And all of the other actors were like, "Yeah, just email me the questions." And I think your agent was like, "Oh, you have to phone him and record it." And I was like, "Oh, he's so scary. I'm really scared to talk to him." And actually, I know you're an actor, and as an actor myself, I know that you're not your roles, but you were so convincing in that role and terrifying that you actually did terrify me until I met you. And well,
Yes.
until I spoke to you on the phone, and then you were very nice. And then obviously I met you, and that was history. I don't know if I ever told you that.
No, but I heard you mention it
Oh,
on the Liam Reagan interview you did.
I dropped myself in it. I wasn't sure if I'd told you, but yes. But obviously that's kind of come along and really changed your career. So I suppose from being recognized on the street as a little green man, do
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
people after that kind of see you on the street and turn around and walk away and they're like, "Oh, he's scary."
Initially, yeah,
Yeah.
but then it sort of started changing into, especially when it would be on TV, it would be, oh, that's that bloke from that film last night, and
Yeah.
then Attack of the Adult Babies, because that was also on Horror Channel, which
Yes. Dominant
is
front.
kind of free to view. So that
Mhm.
it's if it's free to view, people recognize me.
Yeah. The thing
So
is
yeah,
now you have to pay for so many different subscriptions if you want to
subscriptions,
watch
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And I mean, I'm still a collector of, physical copies of things. If, if I like
yeah.
things, I will buy them to watch
But
again. But
even those are going up. If you get a collector's edition of something like the Ran, I just couldn't afford to pre-order it. And then by the time it came out, it was sold
mm,
out. So
yeah, it happens.
it's
But
like 60 quid for one film.
yeah.
Admittedly, there's a feature-length documentary in the box, but it's like
Mm,
you can't
no.
afford to pay 60 quid for every
Every single
single
movie, no,
film
that's
that
true.
you like and want to keep.
Yeah. But if you're going to watch on, Netflix or Shudder or whatever, it's like you're paying for, Disney Plus, you're like
Yeah,
paying
yeah,
for
yeah.
a lot of different subscriptions these days. So how did you get involved in Human Centipede too?
It was literally just my agent rang me up and said, we've had this company ring you up from Amsterdam, and I've turned them down because I think it's a porn movie. He- they rung up and asked if I'd audition, and then he looked up the website and it said Adult Entertainment Amsterdam.
Right. And yeah, I can see
So,
how
so
they'd
yeah.
come to that
Yeah,
conclusion.
and I was kind of baffled as to why they would choose me. But I had just been at the doing a play at the Young Vic called The Man with the Absurdly Large Penis. So I wondered whether they were trying to typecast me, So yeah. Anyway, I asked my agent what the title of the film was, and they said Human Centipede 2. And then because the Human Centipede had been on at Fright Fest and Fantastic Fest, and
Uh-huh.
I usually check the reviews of film festivals to see what's coming up.
Hmm.
I kind of knew about it already, so I asked them to get back in touch.
Had you seen the first one, or you just heard
I,
of
I,
it?
I hadn't seen it because it was still on the festival circuit at that
Okay.
point. Like that, it played Fright Fest and Fantastic Fest in, or the end of August, beginning of September, and then this was January, and then uh, January 2010. So it hadn't been released
Hmm.
generally yet, and then so yeah, so they were so Tom put on a screening for people that were coming to audition, and he was interviewing crew members as well at the same time. So he was just looking for London-based crew and cast, which I wasn't. So, but my agent was based in London, so I just came down and got it.
What
So
did you think when you read the script?
there wasn't a script
There
at that
wasn't a
time.
script.
No, it was all in Tom's head, and he literally talked me through the entire film. scene by scene. So I mean, at that stage, I was into like Japanese splatter stuff, so that's kind of fun. That's like the uh, All Night Long trilogy, or that's just like Brian Young's Society, or
Yeah.
so, so I yeah, and when because on the day of the audition it was like I think it was like a 10:30, 11 o'clock screening of the first film. Then there was a kind of hour for lunch, and then I had to eh, also get across London to where the audition was.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, only from Soho to Aldwych, so
Okay, so not too far.
not too far.
What was it like on set? Because it's obviously a very dark film, but I mean, did everybody stay with that darkness or kind of in between? Was it a little bit more chilled?
No, Tom always keeps everything light on set. I
Right.
mean,
Because otherwise you'd be going home feeling like a little bit shaken.
well, I thought we'd made this kind of colorful splatter comedy, I mean, a deadpan comedy, but a kind of comedy nonetheless. But yeah, so it was kind of a shock to see it
Yeah.
in black and white with the industrial sound score. So,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
that makes a massive difference, doesn't it? I've had a
Oh yeah,
composer on the show
absolutely.
and it can change the whole tone of a movie, the
Yeah,
score.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I know that you are a fan of kind of some quite obscure types of film and you like horror, but did you ever really set out just to do horror? And do you think you've become, I mean, do you think people have typecast you as horror now after that movie, which I mean, in a way is great as an actor because you keep getting work, but
Yeah.
also you can kind of feel a little bit stuck. But did you always set out to do horror or have you fallen into it?
No, I've fallen into it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um, when I was doing kind of theatre and performance art and doing commercials, I kind of thought maybe I'll get a part in a Peter Greenaway film or something like that, a small part, So, or I knew somebody I'd worked with was a friend of the Quay brothers, and they were doing the piano tuner of Earthquakes, and so they put my name forward, but they had German money backing the film, and so they had to choose German, well, or actors based in Germany. So there was all these kind of little potential moments where it could have gone in a different direction,
Mm.
but no, I'm happy with being a horror
A horror
guy.
icon. And how
Yes,
do you feel
yeah,
about the fans? I mean, do you do a few conventions?
yeah. I mean, pretty much most overwhelming majority of people are great. It's yeah.
Do you have
So
any memorable fan encounters?
uh, there's kind of too many. I mean, there's like there's the odd kind of creepy ones, like the two guys in one of the American conventions. They look like brothers, and they look like the Unabomber kind of thing.
Right?
And they were like, "Yep, we love Martin. He really gave them for good." And okay, yeah, but
Were you like, he's not real?
I was like, well, yeah, he got his back on society, but at the same time, he takes things too far. No, 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 he didn't take it. They got what they deserve. Yeah, but you should lose sympathy by the
Yeah,
time you get to the rape scene. And it's like,
yeah.
nope. So, all right, okay. Oh
So they're a
dear.
little bit scary.
They're very scary. Yeah, yeah.
How do you kind of find that like humanity in a character when you're playing such a dark character?
Well, I think well, the character's not dark to himself.
Hmm.
Um, it's that he doesn't view the people that are in the centipede as people. as
Right.
individuals. He
Hmm.
views them as material for his sculpture.
Right.
Um, and yes, they represent aspects of society that he's been denied, or they represent, or they are people that have picked on him, or whatever. But it's not like he's out for vengeance or anything, apart from a generalized,
Mm.
I've been abused. Now I'm gonna create this thing to show, I don't know, to get. I think Martin's all about sort of trying to get that father figure in his life, and the father figure that he's chosen is Dr. Hayter from the film. So it's like he's trying to show Daddy he can do something really good.
Mm.
So uh, that's all he wants is a bit of love.
Oh,
But
you're making me feel
but
sorry
but,
for him a
but,
little bit,
but
just
choosing the
a
wrong
little
person, really,
bit.
and the wrong way to go about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
but
you've worked. Go on.
it's also that thing of like, because in the audition, Tom had liked the fact that I did a lot of it without talking.
Mm.
And so when I got the script finally, there was no lines in it. It's just so I just went through it and looking at like Martin's different emotions and how what the emotional story was from scene to scene. So I made little notes on like the beginning and the end of each scene that where he's going emotionally. Because obviously you don't film every scene in order kind of
Mm.
thing. Uh, and then and yeah, then I sort of was thinking about how to humanize a monster, and usually the most the ones that you feel sorriest for or feel sympathy for are the ones that have sort of got loads of makeup on, like Frankenstein's monster and so on. It's the humanity underneath the makeup, or that you can
Mm.
see the makeup, that makes it sympathetic. Um, so whereas like if there's no makeup, it's usually because they're a serial killer or something, and it's so I started thinking about sort of like silent, like Charlie Chaplin,
Hmm.
like the amount of violence Charlie Chaplin commits in one of his comedies is outrageous, but because he's the little guy being picked on,
Mm.
it's and it's presented as a comedy, therefore it's fine. So so that's my approach to Martin.
Mm.
So
So you've worked on a lot of independent horror films as well. So which of your
yeah, it's
lesser,
because I was with the agent that was getting me commercials retired in 2014.
right?
So but I'd already got a few offers. I mean, a lot of them, apart from the Human Centipede, all the film work I've got has been through people I know or people that
Yeah,
have been in
that's the
touch.
same with me. It's been
Yeah,
word of mouth. I didn't mean to end up in horror myself.
yeah,
When I
yeah,
went to drama school, I didn't think I'm going to leave drama school and just do horror. It just kind of
yeah,
went that way, and here I am. But
yeah.
which of your lesser known films would you like the film audience to discover?
Um,
Or do you wish more of the horror fans would discover?
well, I mean, the thing is, I'd hope that more of the horror fans would tune into the Quentin Smyers stuff that Sean Reynard does,
Hmm.
and I do some of that. There's a short film called Quentin's Day Out, and when I have shown it uh, to people, or it's been on or if horror fans have seen it, they've really liked it. So there is a kind of nightmarish quality to it.
Hmm.
And Sean's character, Quentin Smyers, has this kind of, he's kind of like Frank Sidebottom and a bit like Martin in a way, in that he's this kind of child in a man's body. And yeah, so there's that kind of element to it. And that's, but obviously it's not horror, it's kind of
Mm.
surreal kind of comedy more than anything. Uh, Horror films that I wish people would look at.
Your one.
I The Editor is one that I'm very proud of, and the short film Rats
Mhm.
is really good in my opinion. It feels like a classic kind of BBC ghost story for Christmas, but
Right.
done but a modern one. And I really like what Michael Fausti's done with Burnt Flowers.
Yeah.
I was really impressed by that when I'd seen Exit, and I kind of liked what he was going for, and I liked aspects of it, but didn't think the whole film worked. Whereas I think Burnt Flowers really works. I think it's something
Yeah.
that's really
I think
intriguing.
it was like another level.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously because of the budget and so on, I think there's quibbles you can have with certain aspects, but
Mhm.
overall, it's certainly, plot wise and visuals wise, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well,
But
we're all,
I'm terrible in that. So,
and you're
so
not. You're
don't so
not.
don't so don't watch it.
No, you have to watch
No,
it.
go and watch it and close your eyes when I'm.
No, I think it's still
But
doing it's done festivals now, so I'm not sure when it's due a release.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm sure we'll all see it soon. And of course, Vergessen was also a Fausti film that was part of
yes,
Video
yeah,
Shop Tales of
yeah,
Terror, which is one of the ones we were both in, and we did not get to
yes,
be on set on the
no,
same day. So
no,
I was on the day where we did. It was in the big house, and I did it. I was off in a library type room doing a voiceover, and then filming a little bit in Romford and a little bit, but yeah, away from you. We did not get to be
yeah,
on set.
no. Alas,
A
there you go.
shame. And we were just trying to work out a little while ago when the last time we were on set together was. And it was possibly Tony Marden's The Witches of the Sands, which is still due out, and a Christmas scene, which was my last scene I did for them and your first.
Yeah.
So
So I'm trying to think if we've done any stuff with Jason Wright and Jason and Kirsty.
things that I mean, Mannequin
Then,
was 2019, 2018,
yeah.
2019, and that was the whole experience, camping, camping on a film set. I
Yes.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
I ended up catering on the evenings, doing all the cooking, and it was
Yes.
quite enjoyable cooking for that many
Yeah.
people, and then all
Yeah.
sitting around the table on an evening having our dinner together, which made it
Yeah.
kind of like a Mannequin family,
It
which of
it, it,
course
it was really good.
it
So
was fun. And of course, so you, Pete Bennett, and myself were meant to be family in the film anyway. And
yes.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
we've got some fun scenes together.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
if that one ever sees the light of day, then
I've seen a rough cut of it.
I've seen a rough cut of it and it needed a bit of a
The,
polish.
It needs a bit of a polish. The sound certainly sound
Yeah,
needs it as well.
yeah. No, I did mention that. So we're out of
Yeah.
time for part
But
one.
okay,
So
right.
I'm
Okay.
going to give you a little break and I'll see you back here shortly in part two.
Oh, come on. I mentioned Kara as well.
Yes.
I think films people should check out.
Yes, we can
That's
pick up
that's
on this as well. So we can pick up on
okay.
part
We
two.
can
So
pick up it in
don't
part.
worry, we won't miss anything out.
two.
Welcome back to the Scream Princess podcast. Welcome back to part two of the Scream Princess podcast. So, what is a normal day for Laurence Harvey? What do you get up to when you're not busy filming?
Uh, when I'm not filming, it's usually uh, every day is kind of I have an espresso pot, have a coffee, like 2 hours of the Today program, and then and breakfast, and uh, then either get ready to go out and get some shopping or meet somebody or something, or then I work on the reply to emails and do like reply to social media stuff and have YouTube on in the background, and then I break for lunch and put on I'll watch something I've recorded, and then yeah, I mean, but it depends, I mean, sometimes I've got stuff to be doing, like going working through contracts or sort of contacting people about like events or festivals or
Mhm.
screenings or stuff, so
So always busy. And tell me about your work with the Cadabra Records.
well, yeah, that came about because obviously the, like one of the things that the Human Centipede did and becoming a known face in horror was then it kind of I did a record with a local electronica duo
Hmm.
in Wigan called the Duke Street Workshop. I mean, it was like two stories from H.P. Lovecraft. So it's the Duke Street Workshop tales from H.P. Lovecraft. You can listen to it on Spotify and Bandcamp and whatever. But that came out at the same time as Cadabra Records was starting. Um, and the two short stories that we adapted were uh, From Beyond and The Hound. And Cadabra Records, their second LP release was The Hound, which ours was originally ours was meant to come out 3 months before theirs, but
Hmm.
it ended up coming around about the same time, so they were often reviewed together.
Right.
So then, so then Jonathan from Cadabra Records reached out and said, "Would I be interested in reading some stuff?" And so I was, asked what kind of stuff would he be interested in me reading, whether it would just be classic horror stuff or whatever. And he said, "No, I'd want you to read the more, if you'd be interested, I'd like to read the more weird and surreal stuff."
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the author who wrote The Tenant, Roland Topol.
Right.
So it was two short stories by Roland Topol. The first thing I did for Cadabra Records, and then yeah, I did about 15,
Wow.
16, maybe more. Oh, there's two coming out shortly as well. So yeah, so um it's about 4 7 inches and
Right.
about about 12 to 15 LPs, including a 3 LP set of The Great God Pan, and then Georges Bataille's The Story of the Eye is a 2 LP set that's coming out soon.
Oh,
So, yeah.
some to look out for.
Yeah, well, the last lot of Cadabra Records was just subscription only. So
Right.
if you want one of them, you'd have to go and see if anyone's selling it on Discogs, I guess. But
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
But the other stuff you should be able to get either from them or Silowave in the UK. So
Right. I'm sure if people do some Googling, you can always fall into a rabbit hole and find all sorts. So I'm sure they can find it.
yeah, I tend to do yeah, the surreal stuff. So and the 3 Rampo albums of me reading Rampo stories, The Human Chair, The Red Chamber, and The Caterpillar. Oh, really
Hmm.
good. So
Oh, that sounds really fun.
yes, no, it was like a whole other strand to to my work.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it, and Jonathan often gave me like carte blanche to
Mm.
choose what I wanted. That's why like the Japanese stuff, like the Rampo stories and Akutagawa's Inner Grove, which was the story that it's from the collection Rashomon and Other Stories, but
Mm.
the film Rashomon is based on the short story Inner Grove rather than the story Rashomon. If you know what I mean?
Right.
So and Spurs as well, which was obviously the basis for Freaks.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's personal favorite. So
So how was it working with Dominic Bunn on Attack of the Adult Babies?
it was great. I really liked. I mean, I liked Dominic's previous work, Before Dawn, and what's the one about the market sellers? I can't remember the name of it now, but
Remember the name.
look it up. quick, quick
Have
IMDb.
a quick sheet. Because
Uh,
when I heard he was doing a film called Attack of the Adult Babies, you don't expect Paddy from Emmerdale to do a movie of that title, but I think it's not what people think it's going to be.
but it also it starts off like this kind of crappy kind of soap opera story about a family being threatened by like Russian gangsters. It's two blokes, dodgy Russian accents, and then sort of ends up sort of first of all ends up with like a bunch of fat blokes in nappies, and then goes off into another. They sort of turn into pig-like creatures, and then it just goes off the charts at the end.
Yes, definitely an interesting watch.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, stick with it for that last half hour. That's the
Yeah.
thing that really makes it. So. But
But,
yeah, that when that was on Horror Channel, yeah, you'd get recognized.
yeah, of course. So you must have done a lot of like horror
Eight.
channel things, lots of Fright Fest things. So you must get a lot of recognition from all of it.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I mean, you get like film festivals and some conventions you get work from.
Mm,
Like I met the Astron Six guys at a festival, at a convention
right.
in the US,
Hmm.
and that's how I got to do the editor, which
Right.
I, is criminally. Everyone that's seen it loves it, but it's criminally underseen. I think it's.
Mm. I think that's the thing, isn't it, with these films? Like, I think once upon a time, less movies were made and everybody watched them, whereas now there's so much out there that, not everybody gets to see everything. So,
Yeah, yeah,
it would be nice if you could.
yeah.
Well, you're quite well known for really getting kind of stuck into your roles and taking on some kind of crazy parts. Have you ever read a script and then said, "No way, I'm not doing that"? Like not because you just didn't like the script, but if it was like too much.
No, I mean I've turned. I've never gotten to the stage of reading a script and saying I won't do it because either I, if somebody gets in touch with me, if it's an idea that I think's interesting, I'll do it. If it's somebody I like and get on with, I'll do it because you're, as an actor, it's your job to make the idea work and make it
Mhm.
great. Like I hate trauma films, but I like working with Liam Reagan. So
Mhm.
uh so yeah.
So
Yeah,
you've never been like,
it's not my cup, banjo isn't my cup of tea. It's like if I wasn't in it, I wouldn't have watched it.
right.
Thing. If I wasn't in it and didn't know Liam, uh, yeah. But
Then you might not have seen it. But everybody else out there should go watch it.
yeah, they should. I know if especially if you like trauma.
Well, I've just
And
heard that there's possibly going to be a Banjo
uh,
3.
well, this is this thing I liked. What's it's great working with that bunch of people,
Mm.
especially Vito.
Yeah.
Is fantastic, and I think Liam sort of likes the fact that we're the same. We're all the same. You and Vito and me are all have the same names in 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 both films, and we're
Yeah.
kind of different characters,
Yeah.
kind
Even
of.
though I've been killed, I just love
Yes,
that.
yeah, yeah. yeah,
No one can explain it. Zombie
yeah.
D.
So yeah, I think if we're all back in the third one, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I haven't been asked yet.
There was mention of it being a road movie film, so I don't I don't know how doable that is in the UK.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. His mind, with his mind, anything's possible. I've got to say, I actually did really like eating Miss Campbell. I didn't know what to expect, but I actually really enjoyed it. I think it was a bit out there and could easily offend many a snowflake, but I thought it was actually really well done.
Yeah, I thought it was well done. I wasn't my cup of tea, but I thought it was a very well done film.
Yeah. And we actually
And,
did get a
it was
little bit
great.
of a scene in
I,
that one.
I was really happy for Liam though that it sort of it came together and
Yeah.
it's not a film that he has to buy back and, and re-edit five
No. No,
yeah
I mean
so
he's releasing his
it
own. He's
really worked
distributing his
it
own.
works for what it is. It really works, you know.
Mm.
So,
I think because he learned so much doing the first one, and then obviously he had that break, that
yeah,
kind of COVID break, because we'd done a lot of filming beforehand. Then we had to kind of, I think he had to reevaluate in the middle and had that
yeah,
kind of COVID time to kind of reevaluate what he wanted to do with it, and then kind of made some changes and kind of shot some more stuff afterwards,
yeah,
which kind of changed it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. You just
yeah.
don't know
No,
what to expect, do you?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed you know.
So, what genre would you like to work in that you haven't already?
Uh, well, I've done superheroes sort of.
Superhero, sort of.
Well, I was the Penguin in 1986, the Batman Punisher
Yes,
fan.
I can see you as the penguin.
Um, yeah, I'd like to do something like I don't know, a modern expressionist version of M or something. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't. It's not a specific. It's not that I want to do a specific genre. It's like it's finding like an interesting director to work with, I guess.
yeah. Are there
So,
any directors that you'd really love to work with?
oh, I'd love to work with Bellatar or Guy Maddin or but it's like Bellatar's retired, Guy Maddin is in Canada, and the brothers Quay, they only just produced their first film since Piano Tuner of first feature since Piano Tuner of Headquake Earthquakes just this year. So I don't know. Yeah, I want to make something that's kind of non-commercial, completely art house,
Mhm.
kind of surreal, and uh, yeah,
Something very, very different.
probably in a foreign language that I'll have to learn phonetically.
Do you speak Japanese? Did I
I,
read
I was
somewhere that
I
you?
was studying Japanese for several years, and I could do some conversational Japanese, but
Right, that'd be
that
cool.
was a few years ago. Yeah, so if somebody gave me a script and wrote it in Romanji, I could learn that.
Is that a Japanese language?
Well, okay, Japanese there's three different four different things. There's the kanji, which the characters taken from Chinese,
Right.
and that's what you usually think of as Japanese writing. And
Mm.
then there's
When people
the
have the tattoos that they don't know what they say.
yeah, yeah. And then there's hiragana and katakana, which are um, more basic phonetic um, spellings of foreign words.
Right.
So, yeah. So like that, like the Japanese film House, everyone calls Hausu because it's the Japanese characters for
Okay.
HA.
Like the ring was Ringu.
Yeah, except in Japan, it's just ring
Oh, is it?
because
Right. Okay.
you don't pronounce the in the written language. It's a GU or a SU because
Right.
there's no letter S on its own. Oh. G on its own. It's ga gi gay goo go goo kind of thing.
Right.
So so yeah, it's yeah, so yeah, I could, and Romanji is just it written out in kind of anglicized
Right.
font, but
Okay.
it's yeah.
So it makes it
To
pronounceable.
write like when you write like Pinku Eiga as in
Right.
Pinkueiga,
Got you.
rather than writing it in hiragana kind of thing. So if I got a script in Romanji, I could
You
do
can
it.
manage.
Yeah,
Could manage.
yeah.
So, what kind of stuff do you watch? Like, if you're, if you're just chilling at home watching TV, do you have any like guilty pleasures? Are you like, I don't know, are you a secret fan of Miss Marple or something? I actually am, but I don't know.
Well, I've just got because my mobile offered me a 6 month trial of Disney, so I'm
I've just
watching
got that
that.
myself, and my boyfriend's really happy because it's come just at the time that the Alien Earth things come
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Well, that's the series creator of that is the guy that did the um Legion TV show.
I didn't watch that.
Uh, that is up there with Twin Peaks season 3 for
Oh,
me.
really?
Yeah, it's really philosophical and so on. It's meant to be like an X-Men spin-off, but there's no mention of the X-Men.
Oh,
It's
I might
it's
have
it's
to give it a go.
it's well worth giving it a go. But I see on Disney they've got Shogun, which I want to watch.
Right.
Yeah, I saw the first 3 episodes of Alien Earth, and it looks great.
I
I
keep
put
falling
off what.
asleep, but I think I fall asleep watching anything on an evening. If we've got the lights off and I'm comfortable, I'm asleep. So I fell asleep watching episode 3 last night. So now I have to go and watch the second half of the episode by myself before next week.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've been picking up the Japaniki and the Pinku and the Nikatsu Pinku line and the category 3 films from 88 films, and I've yet to work my way through those. I've got a bunch of Radiant stuff piled over there that I need to watch, including the 2 Shinobi box sets of the Ninja classics. But I think tonight I'm going to watch Terrifying Girls High School Lynch Law Classroom.
I don't know what I'm going to watch tonight. I've been enjoying the new season of Wednesday, but I've now got to wait until September for the next 2 episodes.
Right.
So
Okay.
it might be curling up with a book tonight instead. I don't know.
Okay.
So if you could join any kind of well-known horror franchise as a new character, what would the franchise be?
See, generally, I'm not a fan of franchise
I you
films.
know, I love a franchise.
Yeah. Like, I'd be in something like Skinamarink, you know, something that was like, I love Skinamarink. I think it's fantastic.
Something that
But
was not a franchise, but you could make it a franchise.
no, I know. If he did another one based on because that was kind of that came out of his nightmares. He got people, he got followers to write in sort
Mhm.
of childhood nightmares, and then did short films based on them.
That's
If,
a
if he
really
ex
fun idea, actually.
if he expanded another one of those into a feature film, obviously it's not a franchise, but I'd be up for being in that.
Mm, that sounds
Even if
good.
I'm just a shadow in the corner. Like because you don't really see anybody in Skinamarink, it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
And are there any types of character? We kind of went over this earlier before I went all wrong and had to start again. Are there any types of character that you'd like to play that you haven't, like any kind of period stuff or any? We were on the subject of pirates and then had my
Um
faux pas.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't really interest me apart. I've got no. I'm an actor. I'm used to playing different things, so yeah, I'm happy to play whatever. I would love, like, if I had to pick a specific genre and time period, it would be a pinky violence film set in Japan in the 1970s, and I would be like the gaijin pimp.
That's quite specific. I like it though.
Or some like gaijin businessman that has bought a load of prostitutes or something.
I feel like somebody needs to make this with you in it.
Oh, absolutely,
It needs to
absolutely,
happen. Tony
yeah.
Marden, there's another scene from Witches of the Sands. The never-ending movie, which I'm sure he's got enough footage for a trilogy, but apparently it's going to be 90 minutes.
Well, I love like Inferno. I like Pinky Violence films like the Prisoner 701 Scorpion and Terrifying Girls High School series and Girl Boss series, and then I also like a lot of stuff from the 70s is what I like.
I love the 70s as a decade. I'm a little bit sad that I missed it and wasn't alive yet, but I love the
But
fashion, I love the film, I love the music. I feel like I would have loved being in the 70s. I think I'm from the wrong decade.
I think there's a lot of people like me that are in their 50s that are sort of are into hauntology precisely because it uses the music of the kids' TV that we watched
Yeah, yeah. I think
so
there's something in that. Everybody loves the kids' TV. They're like, I reminisce
when they of
sometimes
the
about,
era they grew up in, yeah.
yeah, like I'm 80, so like, for me, the Gummy Bears is literally the best theme tune ever. But yeah, it depends
Yeah,
when.
it's a singing ringing tree. That's what.
So what have you got coming up next? I haven't seen that one. Tom Lee Rutter mentioned that to me. He said I should watch it, The Singing Ringing Tree.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I have to dig it
Definitely
out somewhere.
because they on the BBC when I was a kid, they showed it as they showed it in. I didn't realize it was a film because they split it up into
Right.
episodes. But there's a Blu-ray of it at the moment. I think if it's still got a booklet in, Johnny Maines, the author's written some notes for the booklet.
Right.
And I think one of the guys from Scarred for Life, or is it the Haunted Generation guy? I don't know. Something like that anyway. But yeah.
So what have you
Uh,
got
so
coming up next?
definitely watch it. Anyway. So what have I got coming up
Hmm.
next? Uh, well, I mean, we mentioned stuff that's out at the moment. Fista is a short film that's on the festival circuit. Hopefully that's been on the festival circuit for a year or so. So hopefully that'll be on YouTube or Vimeo soon.
Hmm.
Fingers crossed. Uh, Kara is on Amazon. Um, and then the Mr. Seeing is in production. Jim's done Jim Campbell, who did the 1986 short film, the Batman Punisher short.
Hmm.
It's a really good film about an actor who goes back to his hometown and sees dead people. It ties back to a case of a murdered child when he was growing up, or when he was a young teenager.
Hmm.
Um, so that's coming out, or that's in production at the moment. Is done one block. We did proof of concept, and I'll hopefully be back doing more. Black Chariot is in post production. That's with Laurie Brewster and Hex Media
Okay.
guys. Spoiling You, it's Megan
Yes,
Trematic.
she was on a few episodes ago.
Yes, I noticed. She that's coming again. That's Hex Media. Um, uh, I don't know what's happening with the Amicus film. Apart, I know that they're about to release the Blu-ray soon. That's In the Grip of Terror. I'm
Mhm.
going to be at Riddler Thriller this weekend for the screening of that. So I haven't. I've got a digital download, but I'm going to wait and watch it with the
Yeah,
audience.
on the big screen with an audience.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully Witches of Sands at some point.
One day. Yeah.
One day. Uh,
2030.
I did a short bit on a anthology film that's done by Elliot Leon. He did a film at last year's Fright Fest that Alan really liked. That was, Kim Newman sort of compared it to Guy Maddin. So I don't know. It was nice working with him.
Mhm.
Hopefully it turns out well. But I think Black Chariot, the Laurie's film, will be good. It's
Yeah.
it's like it's like an old-fashioned gangster heist movie,
Hmm.
ghost story, or it's kind of post-heist. It's a ghost story as they're trying to get away. Uh, Untold, which is a Northwest-based film. Uh, about abuse at a nurse in a hospital, and a nurse in the modern day sort of has flashbacks to it. Uh, yeah, hopefully. Bloodstream, an anthology film that Hellbound Media put out. The guy who directed the section of that, um, Gene Dalders, he's really interesting. And then yeah, so, I can't. Yeah, the stuff, the
The list
stuff.
is endless.
Yeah,
And obviously all the other ones that are kind of just in edit and what have you that we don't have dates on.
yeah. I mean, they're the ones that have sort of I've filmed or filmed part of that are in the.
Mhm.
I think. Well, no, I think they're all filmed apart from Mr. Seeing, which is in the process of being filmed.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, the stuff that hasn't even got its funding together yet.
Yeah. Well, you never know who's listening. It might be some money people, who knows?
Well,
The secret society of people that fund films.
if somebody that's funds film, um, uh, there's a brilliant script by, uh, God, I do interviews and my mind goes. So it's
I do that all the time. Brain
uh,
fog.
Nick Nick Principe, who
Right.
plays Chrome Skull in the Laid to Rest uh, films. He and he's in some of the Jason Trott's
Mhm.
films, like All Superheroes Must Die and the FP, and so he has got a brilliant script that's like The Sopranos from a child's point of view.
Oh, wow.
Uh, and it's kind of based on people he knew when he was growing up in Rhode Island in the 70s and 80s. And it's kind of like it's a brilliant script, and I hope he gets the funding for it. So
Well, we are going to finish up on a quick fire round.
yeah,
So I've got some questions. I'm going to fire them,
yeah,
whatever comes to mind. Are you ready?
yeah.
Okay. Jump scares, love them or hate them?
Uh, I love them when they've earned it.
First horror you watched?
Pro I mean, it's not horror, but the first horrible things were like the singing, ringing tree and Doctor Who. You know, so like the first horror I watched would probably have been a Hammer, maybe The Mummy, or
Good one.
Yeah, yeah. Probably not Dracula, but yeah.
Scariest horror villain?
The Fisher Price telephone in Skinamarink. Yeah. I mean that's a jump scare as well, but that
Terrifying.
really.
Okay. Horror role you wish you'd played?
Uh,
A character you wish you'd played?
the the carnival barker in Freaks.
Right.
I couldn't have played it because I wasn't alive at the time.
No, but if we
1930s,
could
but yeah, yeah.
be from
So,
anywhere, anytime, any place.
yeah,
What is scarier, clowns or dolls?
dolls definitely.
Dolls. Weirdest gift you've ever received from a fan?
Uh, uh, I mean, I've had like things on a plinth with the centipede of people, and oh no, I've had like a penis with a barbed wire around it on a plank on a paper.
Did you say
On
thanks?
yeah.
What did you
Oh,
do with it?
I, I don't know. Like the stuff you get and it breaks in your suitcase, and then you've got to throw it away.
Oh, accidentally broke.
But also no, not accident. But it's like yeah, I think it's more like they get you to sign something like that or sign a piece of sandpaper. So like your pen's destroyed after signing sandpaper. So you
Have
go,
you
oh,
ever had to sign somebody and then they've got it tattooed?
yes, yeah,
You have done that.
a
I haven't
few
done that
times,
yet.
yeah,
You've ticked a box.
yeah.
If you
Usually,
were,
if they've got a tattoo of Martin on
yeah,
their arm or
and then you'll
leg,
sign it.
yeah, then they'll sign it. Okay.
If you weren't an actor, what would you be doing?
I'd be even skinter. Uh, I wouldn't have as many Blu-rays or records or stuff, but I would still be spending money on shit. But I'd be an artist.
You'd be an artist.
I would, but I'm completely inept at like getting funding. So yeah.
Scene in a film that you've seen that made you wince the most.
Um, I mean, Antichrist, genital mutilation,
That's the
uh,
word nasty.
69 Pickup Killer, where he, it's about a gay serial killer and he sticks a pencil down the Jap's eye of a man's penis,
Nasty.
and burns cigarette burner on his nipple and pulls it off, and it's a
Ugh,
big close up of the molten flesh. Yeah, things like that.
things like that. Vampires or werewolves?
For what? For like,
Which do you prefer? Not
I,
which do you want to like meet in a dark alley. Which do you prefer?
I prefer vampires. Uh, I think there's more pathos in a werewolf, but I don't think people make like the first the Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr. There's a lot of pathos in that, but I think people are more. I think uh, since then people are more interested in having like CGI
Mm,
nonsense bollocks. Yeah.
yeah, no
Well,
one wants
at least with vampires, it's just a
good. Yeah, good
fantasy.
makeup.
Yeah,
Final question, and it's a light one to end with. Popcorn, sweet or salted?
I'd have a mix.
You have the mix. So that it's a
Because
surprise every time you
because
eat
you,
a piece.
yeah, and it's also it's like you when you're eating the sweet one, you kind of think, oh, it's a bit too sweet, and then you eat the
Yeah.
salty one, it's a bit too salty. So you need to mix it up, I think.
Oh. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. What are you going to do
No,
tonight?
thank you.
What's your plans for after this?
Like I said, I'm watching Terrifying
Oh,
Girls
of
High
course,
School Lynch Law
that's what
Classroom.
you're doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, you enjoy your evening, and I will
The
hopefully
worse than
catch up
Saint
with you somewhere
Trinian's.
very soon.
Yes, yes. I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay.